is Laura, the Library Lady, and welcome to this episode. Today I will be discussing, or in this episode, I will be discussing One Dark Night. This book is by Hazel Hutchins and is illustrated by Susan Kathleen Hartung. Okay, you know me, if you've watched several of my episodes, I'm always researching the authors and the illustrators. Well, Hazel Hutchins, the author, grew up on a farm in Canada. She was the youngest of all her siblings, and I guess there was a big gap between her and her siblings. She had two Maple Leaf friends, and she loved to read, and she was very imaginative. And later when she got married, she was an outdoor woman. She went canoeing, kayaking, hiking, biking, and she and her husband have 3 children. So I really admire her. She has a website. I don't know if you can email her, but I found her to be very interesting. Then there's Susan Kathleen Hartung. She grew up in Ann Arbor, Michigan. She's from Michigan, my home state. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I'm from Detroit though, but I love Ann Arbor. It's the home of the University of Michigan. Go Wolverines! Okay, so I learned a lot about Susan through her website. She said she grew up as a normal kid in suburbia, nothing special. But she always loved to draw, and anytime she had something in her hand, she was drawing on it. The only problem was she would draw on the wall, the kitchen counter. She got in trouble until her parents figured out, hey, let's get this girl some paper. And she left, and she didn't go to University of Michigan. When she went to college, she went to New York City for the visual arts. She got into graphic design, and it took her 8 years to break into the children's illustrator market. And that just goes to show you have to stay diligent. You have to fight for your dreams. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because this is a dream of mine. Okay, so one of the things that I love is that Hazel Hutchins on her website, she talks about how she writes books. So if you're an aspiring writer, or if you want to write a book with your child, or write about an experience, or a way to share your family history, check out Hazel Hutchins' website. It tells step by step how she writes books, how she has her inspiration, where she goes. Very interesting. I found it very inspirational. Then we've got Susan Kathleen Hartung. She talks about how she is a full-time children's illustrator now. She gets a phone call, they talk about it. If she decides to accept the assignment, she gets the story, and she actually starts drawing the story. And there's a specific layout for children's books. In fact, if you go on the computer and you type in One Dark Night and the author's name, this whole story is just 3 pages long. But through the imagination of the author and the insight of the illustrator, it turns into a 24-page children's book. Okay, this is a pre-publication book. That means as a librarian, I received it as a publisher. I received it from the publisher to look it over, to provide any feedback before they went into final publication. So it's not bound. All the pages will fall out, and I've had this book so long that the rubber band has rotted, so I need a new rubber band. So this is a book I would read with children, but I wouldn't let little children handle it because it'll just fall apart. So let's take a look inside One Dark Night. And many children are afraid of the dark. They believe in monsters, so especially the little ones. So talk to your children about that. I know I had a little light, and that was all kind of fun. Okay, here we go. Let me look here so you can see the illustrations. If you heard a sneeze, that was my dad. He's okay. One dark night. Lightning flashes. Count the seconds before the thunder rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom! A summer storm is 2 miles away and coming closer. So you see the little boy, there's a thunderstorm. And many children are scared of thunderstorms. Many animals are scared of thunderstorms. And the storms we've had lately, I can understand why. So here's the next page. It says, Jonathan looks into the night, Something small and dark is looking back at him. Uh-oh, what is it? Do you see something looking back at him? This is a great point in the story to talk to your children about thunderstorms, to talk about things that go bump in the night so they're not afraid, especially young children. And I love Jonathan. He's full of freckles. I'll read this last page. He races downstairs and throws open the screen door. The stray cat's afraid of the thunder, he tells his grandparents. Stray cats aren't afraid of storms, says grandfather. Look out, I think she's got a mouse, cries grandma. But the stray cat is already inside and laying with her prize on the rug. So he's up. Jonathan's up. He's worried about the stray cat that lives outside his window. And I'll just read one more page because I love the illustrations. It says, "It's a kitten," says Jonathan. "One small kitten, soft as whispers, gray as dawn." And here's the little gray kitten. All right. So the story continues. And so this is a great book to talk about stray animals. This is a great book, book to talk about storms, things that happen at night. And actually, this is a kitten from the stray cat, and Jonathan renews the cat with a kitten and finds 2 other kittens. Now, I just read a report that the feces from stray cats is causing a problem and may have a parasite. So, always, when you're dealing with stray animals, sorry, that was just a butterfly. I'm outside, and it's burning hot out here. But I just love it. I love summer. So if you're dealing with stray animals, be very careful and teach your children not to approach a stray animal. Because usually stray cats, well, they can be kind of vicious, especially if they have little kittens. Because all mothers, even feline mothers or cat mothers or mothers of animals, are very protective of their young. So this is a wonderful book. You can find it online. You can draw your own illustrations. And it's available on Amazon.com, it's available at Barnes & Noble, or your favorite bookstore. But my vote and my recommendation, please check it out at your local library. I would say this book is good for 3 to 6 years old. Of course, if you have a 3, 4-year-old, you'll be doing the reading, but by the time the child is in, especially 1st grade, they should be able to read this book. Some of the words in here may be a little hard for a kindergarten student, but if you're reading with your child every day, they can pick up any big words. Familiar words like grandma, grandpa are in there that the kids may be very familiar with. So, great book, One Dark Night by Hazel Hutchins and illustrations by Susan Kathleen Hartung. I hope you will enjoy it. Thank you, and it's burning up out here. That's why I have on the hat. I'm outside and it's like 92 degrees. But hey, it's summer and I wanted some sun. Have a great day. Thank you so much.